Well, welcome to another episode of Open the Book at Home. Welcome, boys and girls, welcome families, welcome schools, wherever you are. It's great to be with you again. Let's start our assembly with our Open the Book song. I wonder, have you heard that this is God's own word? It's full of special things that He would like to say. And what is really good, the stories are all true. So shall we take a look together right away? Let's open the book, let's take a little look. You never know just what you're going to find. Let's open the book, let's take a little look. Ready, steady, don't get left behind. Excellent. Well, today's story, like the series of stories we're covering from the Bible at the moment over these few weeks, all involve food. We've talked about favourite foods. Well, today, if you've got a sandwich, which I don't know about you, but sandwiches are one of my favourite lunch foods. I wonder what your favourite sandwich filling might be. So, I've made a sandwich, not quite lunchtime, but I made a sandwich to show you what my favourite filling in my sandwich is, because this filling is in today's Bible story. It's true, it is. Well, in my sandwich today, I have got ham and tomato. You either go, it's horrible, and or you might be going, tasty. I don't know, or maybe something in between. Well, you see, ham and tomato is great, but there's one ingredient missing in my sandwich, and this is it. It's mustard. Oh, mustard. This is whole grain mustard. Whole grain mustard. It's got all the grains in. So, as you can see, there's not much left because I do love my mustard. Well, what I do is I get some mustard on a spoon and I spread it all over my sandwich, and it is quite tangy and quite fiery, but it's how I like my sandwich. And because that's only enough for half a sandwich, I need some more. So more of the grains, more of those mustard grains. Well, today's Bible story involves the mustard grains, the mustard seeds. Because Jesus actually mentioned mustard seeds how many times? Would you believe it? 5 times he talked about mustard seeds because they were very common. Mustard plants, mustard bushes were everywhere.
This is the story of the mustard seed. This is what the kingdom of heaven is like, said Jesus. It's like a mustard seed. And he went on to say something like this. A mustard seed isn't just a small seed. It isn't even a very little seed. You couldn't even call it a tiny seed. It's a teensy-weensy, itsy-bitsy, hardly visible at all seed. That's the mustard seed. But when you plant it and water it and weed it and wait for it to grow, it springs up into a bush. Not a big bush, not a large bush, not a huge bush, but a great, enormous, gigantic bushy bush. That's the mustard bush. It grows so big, in fact, that the birds of the air find a home in its branches. The tiny little hummingbirds, the slightly bigger sparrows, the roosters, the rooks, the parrots, the hawks, the doves, the geese, the ducks, and the great big golden eagles. All of them are welcome. All find a home in the mustard bush, grown from the tiny mustard seed. That's what the kingdom of heaven is like.
You know this song well. Remember, it's great, great, brill, brill, mega, mega, skill, skill. You ready? Oh, it's great, great, brill, brill, mega, mega, skill, skill, to have a friend like Jesus. It's great, great, brill, brill, mega, mega, skill, skill, to have a friend like you. He's always there, he always listens, he always hears me when I talk to him. He loves me now and will forever. I'll choose for him every day, 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 every day, 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 every day, day, day. It's great, great, brill, brill, mega, mega, skill, skill, to have a friend like Jesus. It's great, great, brill, brill, mega, mega, skill, skill, to have a friend like him. Count us in. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's great, great, mega, mega, skill, skill, to have a friend like Jesus. It's great, great, brill, Bill, mega, skill, to have a friend like him. He's always there, he always listens, he always hears me when I talk to him. And loves me now, and will forever. I'll choose for him every day, every day. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It's great, Bill, mega, skill, to have a friend like Jesus. It's great, Bill, mega, skill, to have a friend like him. Talked about mustard seeds 5 times, but in this story, he was describing the impact that mustard seeds can have. They are very, very small, very tiny. In fact, just dropped another one. They're really small, and these are black mustard seeds, but there are white mustard seeds, there are all sorts of mustard seeds out there. Now, mustard seeds are tiny, but they can grow into enormous bushes, and at the time when Jesus was talking about them, the farmers all knew about mustard bushes because they were a problem. They became so big that they would take over parts of fields and take over the space where they would want their crops to grow. So mustard seeds, tiny little seeds, could have a real impact. Great for sandwiches with mustard for filling when they're made into like a spicy, tangy jar of wonder like this is. You might disagree with me there, but if you're a farmer that wants their crop to grow and be healthy in their field, they probably wouldn't want mustard bushes growing everywhere because they would take over the soil and spoil the crop that was growing. And Jesus was telling a story because he was saying the kingdom of God is like a mustard bush. The mustard seed starts small and it grows and grows into a bush, and that's like the kingdom of God. A little thing, maybe a little word or an encouragement or something, a kind thing that you can say or do, maybe a thank you or a please or a I appreciate that, or thank you for helping me, or can I help you with this, or can I support you with this. The things that we can do and say can make a big difference for other people and ourselves as well. So let's remember the little things, like the mustard seeds, tiny little things that, I've lost another one. Tiny things make a big difference, and they grow and grow and grow, and that is the kingdom of God. It's a kingdom of love, and God's love grows as we spread it out, as it develops, and it makes a massive difference. It starts with little things. I wonder what little things I could do. I wonder what little things you could do, or we could say today or this week, that would grow in people's lives. It would make a difference for other people. I wonder the little things. There's a phrase, it only takes a spark to start a forest fire. It only takes a spark. It only takes a little thing to make a big difference for somebody. Let's do the little things. Let's do little things, because there's room in God's kingdom for everybody. It's a kingdom of love. Let's show and let's share love to whoever we are, whoever we meet this week. Lord, help us do that. Amen. Thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you for joining our Open the Book story. We hope to see you for another episode next week. Bye bye. Oh, and just to prove how lovely these sandwiches are. Mmm. I really recommend ham, tomato and mustard. You might have a favourite flavour sandwich and a favourite thing to put on your sandwich. Let us know what it is. Tell your friends, tell your families. Have a great time. Enjoy your lunch. Bye.